The name of the recording is Wabi Sabi, and that song is a song that I wrote called Memory Bait. Thank you. It's like the idea being that, especially as you get a little bit older, and you can see I got a lot of gray in my hair, that you get a little older and you can't remember things, and so you sort of have to go fishing back in the, right? So that's the idea behind that song. I hope it helped you remember something.
This next tune, this next piece is one that I wrote that's on our new CD also. It's about being on the road as a band together, and especially with Robert as our driver, we all drive in the van. But we were in Austria, and the rumble strips are really particular in Europe. They're different than, they're not a bunch of lumpy bumps. They're like some kind of, like paint with sand, some sort of special, very vibrant material. So when you go over it, it's really this amazing, like, so it sounds, and not quite as particular as that, but yes, sure, we'll take it. And I was taking a nap in the back of the van, and there's this happening, and I sat up and decided, oh, I think I'll write a song based upon that. And that's what happens when you're on tour. So this is, all puns intended, called Torquing of the Spheres.
on the bucket list is Azerbaijan. Anyone been there by chance? Anyway, we're applying for a grant to travel there, at least travel around the world through the. Remember the U.S. aid? Anyway, the old days when there was. Anyway, used to be government assistance. We applied for a grant by arranging music from Azerbaijan. And though we didn't get the grant and we didn't end up going there, we think of it often, and we want to share with you this very beautiful traditional music from Azerbaijan. This is called Lahin. It's the name of the town from Azerbaijan. Enjoy. The name of the song is Yodel Yodel, and that's my attempt to emulate the Austrian dialect. The title could be Modal Yodel, but that just sounds so American, and it really is inspired by an Austrian yodel that I once came across and attempted to transcribe. It's going lightning fast. It's the coolest thing, rhythmically really interesting, with lots of wide leaps, celebrating the break in the voice, which I think is really, that's the sing-along part. So when I start yodeling, I'd like you all to yodel too, because this is a live stream, and I think it'd be, the more the merrier, really. I mean, I don't want to just yodel alone, right? So it kind of starts out slow. I was thinking about kind of Weimar, Kurt Weill, Hans Eisler, kind of starting there and then moving forward and sideways. I guess that'd be diagonal technically, right?
for your choir. Wow. Excellent work, everybody. Thank you. So now that we know you can yodel, just yodel with us on every song. It's a group yodel. You know, if you feel inspired, just come on, yodel.
This next tune, if you feel inspired, feel free to come up and dance. It's called a Sparkly Con. We were asked to write music for a Norwegian sort of dark sitcom. It's like about like, you know, people in the oil business, the oil fund. And so they're kind of despicable people doing horrible things to the environment, making a lot of money or trying to, but the actors are so amazing, and so you kind of like them. But anyway, so this is kind of a happy song for really terrible people. And it's called a Sparkly Con because I figure if you're going to try to con people, you might as well shine it up. Here we go.
Yeah.
Thank
again. So glad we're back with everyone here. We love you guys so much.
I'm worn out. How are you guys?
Good.
We're about to go on a journey.
We'll do a couple sets tonight. This is going to be the final song of the first set. And it's something that I wrote on accordion, and then they forgave me, thank goodness. It's true. People do play accordion. Some people.
That's what we told you.
Yeah.
We told you.
Oh, yeah, right. They said they forgave me. Anyway, I thought it would sound really good for sax quartet, which is in the accordion family, of course. It's a really instrument, right? So the vision I had was, well, I don't know about you music students, but anyway, I wanted to have a song with all white keys, but I don't like happy music all that much. So if you play all white keys but start on the note A, it's a relative minor. It's like the young underage cousin at the dinner table. Relative minor. Anyway. So
That was when you drove a piano down a mine shaft.
oh.
No, that's A flat mine shaft.
So
Okay, wait, hold on. You got another one?
Yeah, I do because of the accordion. Carlo today told a joke.
oh, that's
So
right.
since we're telling jokes, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do it, he asked today what the best nation was.
Oh, right.
And then I was like, I don't know, what's the best nation? He said, intonation.
That means we're all in tune. That's what we can do. We really can do that.
Okay, so anyway.
So it starts out, ultimately I thought of this as I wanted to do a waltz, I like threes, but at the same time, I wrote a second part of the song because it was a little bit boring just as a waltz. So I really like music from North Africa, and so I just put in this more polyrhythmic music from North Africa. Like there's music, Rai music from Algeria, there's Gnawa music from Morocco, and you hear the shifting sands, and the time-space continuum kind of goes away. So anyway, that's the intention of the song, is a canoe ride starting in Vienna, going down the Danube, and then ending up somewhere near North Africa. So enjoy. It's called Reise, which later when I started learning a little bit of German, I realized that Reise in German means journey. So there you go. What's a Reise?
One, two, three, 1, 2, 3.
actually do this every day, all the time, right? I don't know if any of you have read The Chalice and the Blade, what's it called? The Chalice and the Sword by archaeologist. The Chalice and the Blade by Rianne Eisler, an archaeologist who kind of re-looked at the human history with a slightly different perspective. Anyway, that showing that there was, it's really interesting to look at cave paintings. There were not women being dragged around by their hair. In fact, women were in the center of the paintings and surrounded by the animals and the plants and the seas, and then all the men are on the periphery. And so if you really look at lots of ancient documents, etc., it turns out that women had a very central role in society, and a central role in nurturing, and a central role in culture, and in creating community. And so we can continue that good work now. So let's do it. So in that spirit, we've been asking just generally for this tour if there are any people that want to share a story about the overcoming difficulty, or about incredible inspiration, or whatever, as a woman, or as especially people who are having a more difficult time than LGBTQ community, or BIPOC, or even just regular people who really have encountered a lot of difficulty as a woman, and have managed to stand strong and just move forward, and in good faith, and in good spirit. And so we'd like to welcome to the stage Pat Knittel. How do you say your last name, Pat?
Knittel or Knittel.
Okay, yeah, Knittel. Okay, well, we're not in Germany, so Pat Knittel, we'd like to welcome you to the stage. She's going to share what's going to happen is we're going to hear your story, and then we're going to look up a little soundtrack for it after we finish hearing what you have to say.
Thank you so much, Amy. I feel so honored to be on this stage with these powerful women. So before I was here at the Playhouse, I was a winemaker, and it was about a career of 25 years. The last 18 of it, I was a winemaker, and I worked my way up. The first year was in 2000, or 1999 rather, and I started in a laboratory at a winery, and the cellar master said he would not allow a woman to work in the cellar, which is like, wow. So I saw the writing on the wall, and I saw a lot of women in laboratories, which is, I went on to be a lab director for 3 years at another winery, and then I saw there was a dead end there, and I wanted to get into the cellar, so I went to New Zealand, did 2 harvests in New Zealand, working there, and came back and got a job and worked my way to assistant winemaker. And the first 2 bosses I had were women, and they were inspirational to me, and encouraged me, helped me to get into classes at UC Davis. And then from there, I had a wonderful boss in Sonoma County, and I was one of 3 women winemakers in a winery that had 35 winemakers. So the statistics back then were 10%. Now it's 14% of winemakers are women, and less than 1% are BIPOC, and even less than that are LGBTQ+. So hopefully things are just moving forward. But anyway, change is looking better. I was happy to be supported by women, and also by some men who were diverse men who brought me along. And so then I started a business here about 10 years ago, where I had 10 years as the owner and winemaker. So less than 3% of California wineries are owned by women. So I was happy to be one of them. So anyway, I'm not the best public speaker, but people thank you for this opportunity to hear a little of my story.
the show, and now we've hired her to come along the road with us, to feed us every night. So that's interesting as well. Thanks, Pat, for joining us on the rest of the tour.
And, for those of you who might not be familiar with why we are called the Tiptons Saxophone Quartet, we were originally, well, back in the day, we were an all-women saxophone quartet who needed a name, and I came up with a terrible solution of, well, not so terrible, I thought it was great, of phlegm fatale. Well, the general groans, just like now, back then. And then we discovered when this saxophone player named Billy Tipton passed on in 1989, we heard the story, and we thought, oh my goodness, here's someone who has followed their path, followed their dream, a lot like Pat has done, and really the rest of us, and probably most of you too, where you have a dream and you just follow it, and you have to make compromises and you sacrifices, but you get to do what you envision. And Billy Tipton was born a woman, playing saxophone, auditioned for a big band in the 1930s. They said, well, you played pretty well, but no, it's not going to work out. Her name was Dorothy Lucille Tipton. A month later, there was still a notice up for that same band looking for a sax player, so she cut her hair, dressed as a man, claimed that she was Dorothy's brother Billy, and got the audition. And was hired on the spot. You played great. And decided from then on, it's okay, I'm just going to dress as a man and live as a man and call myself Billy, and that's how I'm going to play saxophone and follow my dream. And so it's an incredible story of really just saying, I have this goal, I have this objective, and I'm just going to, no matter what society says, I'm just going to do my thing. So in honor of Billy's dream, we decided to name our group the Billy Tipton Memorial Saxophone Quartet. So we asked the family permission, the sons, Billy's family, they had adopted 3 sons who had no idea. But anyway, and they gave us permission, so the name is rather long, so now we've shortened it to the Tiptons Saxophone Quartet, but we hold Billy in extreme high esteem as someone following their path. And so we encourage you all to do the same.
This next piece is inspired by a good friend and an amazing female instrumentalist in Seattle, Heather Bentley. She's a violist, improviser, composer, and she asked a bunch of musicians to write her a song for her 51st birthday that involved the numbers 3 and 17. So this is called Heather's 3 times 17. It's a math song. Sort of.
to hear a couple more, maybe? Just checking. A lot of information, we know. Just look at all those little notes on the page. This song's called. Oh, yeah. We are going to stick around Arcata tomorrow, so do you think we should make a parade? On the street? Good, that'll be fun. We are going to offer a kind of behind the Tiptons presentation tomorrow night, right next door at Greg Moore's house. He's in the house, I think, still. If you want to find out more about it, I think it's starting around 7 o'clock. We're going to play music, but also talk about our influences and share some recordings of music that has touched us and moved us as artists. And so it'll be kind of an informal visit, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. So we hope you can join us tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, right next door. Well, it's around the corner, really. If you just, it's that way, and then you take a left. It's pretty close. And, okay, I guess we're going to move on to a song that I wrote on accordion. It's really a great instrument to pulse yourself into saxophone land. This song is, I was curious, I looked up what is the speed of the Earth's rotation, and instead I got on this rabbit hole and discovered that Earth slows down in winter. Isn't that cool? According to scientific journals, there are mountains, and and it's windy in the winter. Of course, there are two hemispheres, so it's all the time. That's probably what causes the wobble, is the mountains and the wind. And anyway, so the winds hit the mountains, and that slows it down. Anyway, I just thought that was really kind of spooky. And not only that, I found out that the moon and the Earth are slowly drifting away from each other. So that's kind of cool. You can think about how important we are and all the great things we've done, and then you think about how very small we actually are in the scope of the universe. So this is a meditation on all of that. The moon and the earth are slowly drifting away from each other. The soul will expand, exchange from a life to color, oh color. The moon and the earth are slowly drifting away from each other. The soul will expand, exchange from a life to color, oh color. Earth slows down in winter. Gravestones frozen solid. Winter enters all corners. The soul feels the change and
Yeah, this will give me plenty of room to stall. Yeah, this is good. Oh, I see. We are half clown troupe, you know. We hope so. We want everybody to know. Yeah. So we'll talk about it tomorrow in the workshop. How to do this. Very important. This song I wrote, well, I needed a funky song. No, I was actually doing an improvisation with a drummer. Not really that important, but I recorded it, and this is what came out of it. And it was in December, and, you know, what rhymes with December? Nothing. So I wrote December's Dance. Remember December? Okay. Sue, don't point out the obvious. She's always making me look bad. I guess apparently a lot of things rhyme with December. I wasn't an English major.
Thank goodness it was August. Sure. Yeah, I would rather wear my glasses.
One, two. So much. We got time for about one more song. And we got time for 700 more songs. We probably know 700. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Thank you to the whole crew here at the Arcata Playhouse. It's been absolutely fabulous. Thank you very much to the Blue Lake Casino and Hotel who are sponsoring us by putting this up. While we're here, I hear they have good sushi, so you should go have some. Go get some sushi, people! One more time before we get out of here, I want to introduce this band because, yes.
We also thank Dave, who is up there
Dave,
somewhere
Dave's right
doing
here.
video and live streaming.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. So before we get out of here, one more time, put your hands together for the woman on all the saxophones down there, and this is Jessica Lurie. Next to me, playing the alto saxophone and singing, this is Amy Denio. Standing right in my shoes. My name is Sue Orfield. Thank you so much. Next to me here on the baritone saxophone, all y'all give it up for Tina Richerson. And all the way from Salzburg, Austria, Robert Keinar. We're going to finish it out with a song that I wrote, nice sweetie. It's a sweetie little thing. Go ahead and look up sweetie. Just look it up. It's probably a word. It's a song that I wrote called Wabi Sabi. It's the title track of our most recent album. And Wabi Sabi is a term that refers to appreciating the beauty in imperfection, which is a lovely concept. And so we're going to send you home with this one. Thank you.
Oh,